guys, what's up? My name is Eric and I'm the Techy agent, and today we are reviewing the Garmin Forerunner 225. The Garmin Forerunner 225 is building on the platform of previous generation Forerunner devices, and so let's take a look very quickly at some of the features this boasts. First up is onboard GPS, and Garmin has improved the satellite acquisition so it's very fast. 2 to 3 weeks worth of battery life, 7 to 10 hours if you're using GPS. The device is waterproof up to 50 meters. It has an always-on display that is backlit and color. All-day tracking now with steps, distance, calories, and sleep tracking. And then probably the most anticipated is the internal Mio heart rate sensor. So now that means you can enjoy jogging and cycling with this device without having to use a chest strap to collect your heart rate data. It does have a proprietary battery charger that it kind of snaps into. It's awkward, but hey, it does the job. It charges the device pretty quickly. The all-day tracking of steps, distance, and calories can be seen on the main watch face, and you can choose which metric you're looking at by using the up and down buttons on the side of the device, so that way you can constantly check in and see what your calories or steps or distance are for the day. It's nice that those metrics are available to view on the watch itself without having to open up the app to constantly check. The display is always on. It is color, it is crisp and clear and bright sunlight, but it's not touchscreen, and so you'll navigate using an assortment of 5 different buttons on the side of the watch. They are intuitive. It was not hard to navigate, just in case you're wondering. Now, this does take some notes from Mio fitness trackers with perforated bands that kind of cling to the skin, very flexible, strong rubber straps with kind of a 2-pin clasp that goes through those opposite holes on the opposite band. It grips to the skin really, really tightly, putting that sensor right into the skin for accurate reading. We'll get to some of the accuracy of the metrics here in a moment, but let's look first at sleep tracking. Fairly basic, looking at different levels of sleep, deep, light, and awake, and it kind of shows you a timeline of those different levels of sleep. You can also see movement throughout the night, and it uses the accelerometer, obviously, to track your movement while you're sleeping. Sleep tracking is automatic. You do, however, have to tell it what your typical bedtime is and what your typical awake time is, and that's when it kind of begins to collect the sleep data. Now, typically when I'm jogging or cycling, I use the Strava app paired with a Bluetooth chest strap to get extremely accurate data, and really Strava provides a wealth of metrics. And so I wanted to see how the Garmin Forerunner 225 would stack up against kind of the advanced data collection of Strava. And so with the Garmin running side by side with the Strava app, I went out for a jog and a ride on my bike and wanted to just take a look at the data side by side to see what kind of accuracy the Garmin Forerunner 225 provides us with. And I wanted to see 2 important things. One, is the Garmin Forerunner 225 going to be able to provide heart rate data that's as accurate as a chest strap? And secondly, is it going to provide the data and metrics that it collects in a helpful way that helps me improve as a jogger or as a cycler? There are 2 important active screens that are in play while you're jogging or while you're cycling. So let's take a look at both of those. On the main active screen, it provides you with distance traveled, a timer showing how much time has elapsed, and then your pace. Now, this main screen can be customized to reflect whatever metrics you want to show on this screen. So for example, if you would rather have your cadence displayed instead of pace, that's something you can do in the settings. Using the down arrow button, you can navigate to your active heart rate. It is displayed as a color-coded dial going from blue, green, orange, and red. You can allow Garmin to set these zones for you, or you can set them manually depending on where you think your heart rate health should be. Well, now let's take a look at the metrics collected by Garmin on the left, Strava on the right. Now you'll notice on this 1.7 mile run that Garmin and Strava agreed on time, distance, pace, and calories, kind of the overview screens that we're looking at here. Now obviously one of the benefits of the Garmin Forerunner 225 is that you would have all of those metrics available on your watch while you were running. It's a little bit harder to look at your phone while you're running. Now looking at elevation, pace, and heart rate, Garmin again on the left, Strava on the right. You'll see here that the graphs that Strava provides are a little bit more detailed. They're not quite as flatlined as the graphs of the Garmin. I don't know if that's a software thing that Garmin's doing there or if they're just not very detailed graphs. But the data that each of them collected is virtually identical, so that really does kind of validate both the Strava platform and the Garmin Forerunner 225 platform. Now, it's worth mentioning that for jogging, the Garmin does provide cadence. The Strava app cannot provide that unless you provide it with a Bluetooth sensor. So that is a definite advantage on the Garmin at this point. And again, the Forerunner does provide all of those metrics in real time on the watch, which is a lot easier to glance at than using your phone. Another nice feature of the Garmin app is that it does provide you with a summary of your exercise, and it's a fairly detailed summary, providing you with some helpful metrics. I feel that kind of help you interpret the data and aim to get better or stronger the next time around. The summary of that data can also be viewed on the watch. Again, another really nice feature, so you're not constantly having to refer to the app if you don't want to. On my bike run, I went just shy of 5 miles, and pretty much the metrics between Strava and Garmin agreed with each other, with the exception of calories burned, because I did not wear my Bluetooth chest strap in conjunction with the Strava app this time. I left that at home, and I did have obviously the advantage of the onboard heart rate sensor on the Garmin, and so it collected heart rate data and was obviously a little bit more accurate. Interesting enough, the graphs on the Garmin side were a little bit more dynamic this time than when I ran. So I don't know what happened there, but they were definitely a little bit better on my cycling than they were on my jog. The onboard heart rate sensor of the Garmin did a stellar job collecting data while out riding my bike. Cadence is not available unless you pair the device with some sort of Bluetooth cadence sensor. So the onboard accelerometer is able to capture cadence while you're jogging, but not while you're riding your bike. Similar to when I ran, I did get a detailed summary of my bike ride with helpful information. Definitely an advantage that the Garmin provides. The main dashboard of the Garmin app takes you into a general overview of the different metrics it's collected throughout the day, pretty much looking at activity tracking kind of metrics. Now you can look at the individual day, or you can click on the calendar icon in the corner to expand to week, month, and year. One last cool feature that Garmin has provided this with, which they normally only provide with their extremely high-end watches, is the live track feature, which allows you to share your location in real time with people via email or a link that you provide them with on social media. So this is great if you've entered into some sort of event, or if you've just decided you're going to go for an extended run or an extended ride and you want family members to be able to know where you're at in case you were to get hurt or something like that. So the Forerunner 225 really, in my opinion, should appeal to those of you who are wanting to move beyond just basic fitness tracking and activity tracking, and to really focus in on improving your runs, really improve your riding, your cycling. And it provides you with all of those benefits and feature sets in one compact device. No need to go out and buy a separate chest strap, onboard GPS, so it's a very capable and, in my opinion, reasonably priced device. Hey guys, my name is Eric and I'm the Techy Agent. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Today we are reviewing the if I have to do another take of this, I'm out of breath.